Hi everyone, welcome to Civil Engineering Tutorials. In this video, I will discuss in details how to use layer command in AutoCAD. Means here I will discuss how to create new layer, how to turn on layer, how to freeze and how to lock layer. And details I will discuss. So please follow me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter to get all kinds of updates. Also hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to stay updated with all new videos. So let's get started. So for layer command, shortcut key of layer command is LA. For shortcut key, you can type LA or this is the shortcut key, or you can click on layer properties manager. You can click here, but I usually prefer shortcut key. So shortcut key LA, press enter. Now this is the layer dialog box is open now. First you have to create new layer. So for new layer you have to click here. New layer is created. You have to rename this, suppose wall. Now for color, click here and this is here. I will select blue, click on OK. Now for line type, click on line type. Here you can select type of line. I want to keep it continuous. For the line weight, click here. I want to keep it by default, so select default. Again new layer. Now rename this as door. For color, click on color. I want pink, so select pink, click on OK. Now for line type, click on line type. Suppose here I want different types of line, so click go to load and here I will select. There are so many types of line types, so I will select this one, click on OK. Again I have to select from here and click on OK. Now it is selected here. Now line weight, so you want different type of line weight. Suppose I will click here. Now you can see there are different types of line weights, 0.30, 0.35. Suppose I want 0.30, so click on OK. It is selected. Another layer I will create, click here and window. Now color I will change. Suppose white color I want, so select white. Now click on line type. I want different types of lines, so go to load and suppose this line type dash, so click here and again I have to select and click on OK. Then only it will be selected, otherwise it will not won't be select. Now line weight, click on line weight. Suppose I want default, so select default and click on OK. So you can see we have like this. You can create new layer, you can change color and you can select line type and line weight as per your requirement. So hope you understand how to create new layer, how to change color and how to change line type and line weight. Now I will show you with examples why we use layer command, how to lock, how to freeze and how to on and off layer. So go to this floor plan. So here this drawing is created as per layer. You should always work as per layer. These are the layers. I have already created this drawing with layer. This is wall layer, this is window layer, this is chhajja, this is veranda, this is pillar or column, these are text, this is stair step. So all the whole drawing is created as per layer. So here I will show you why we use layer. So first I will discuss layer on or off. So for layer on or off, the object of a turn off layer cannot be seen. If I will turn off a layer which is created, one object, suppose one object is created in one layer and that layer if I'll turn off, then we cannot see that object. Suppose I will turn off this wall layer now, then see you cannot see the wall layer now. It is turned off. I have turned off the wall layer. Now you cannot see. That means the objects of a turn off layer cannot be seen. I have turned off the wall layer, so you cannot see the wall layer. Okay, that means it's clear that the objects of a turn off layer cannot be seen. If you turn off the layer, then you cannot see that layer. See, it's wall layer I have turned off, so you cannot see wall here because I have already turned off that. So the objects of turn off layer cannot be seen. Remember this. Object of turn off layer cannot be seen. Now, if this is wall layer, suppose I will make it current layer, grid line. So I will make it current layer. Wall layer is current layer. Okay. So turn off layer can be set current. Okay. So this veranda layer is turn off, current layer. This is turn off, but still I can make it set current. Okay. I will select it's turn off. You can see select and click here. Now turn off the current layer. It's selected. That means the turn off layer can be set current. If a layer is turned off, then still we can make it set current. So the turn off layer can be set current. So first, the object of a turn off layer cannot be seen, and the second point, the turn off layer can be set current. Then third point, objects can be created in a turn off layer. You can create in turn off layer. Wall layer is turned off right now. We have turned off that, but still we can create. See, it's created, but the objects of a turn off layer cannot be modified. You can modify that in turn off. Now you can modify. Okay, if you turn off this, you cannot modify that. Okay, pillar layer I have turned off. Now see, you cannot see because the object of turn off layer cannot be seen. It's turned off. You can make it set current. The turn off layer can be set current. Objects can be created in a turn off layer, but the objects of a turn off layer cannot be modified. It's created. Now turn on. It's created. Okay. So these 4 points you have to remember. The objects of a turn off layer cannot be seen. The turn off layer can be set current. Objects can be created in turn off layer, and the objects of turn off layer cannot be modified. These 4 points you have to remember. Hope you understand these 4 points. First, the objects can be created in a turn off layer. Then turn off layer can be set current. The objects of turn off layer cannot be modified, and the objects of a turn off layer cannot be seen. Okay. So next I will discuss. This is all the layers. Suppose I want only wall layer. So in that case, I can turn off all layers and I will only copy the wall layer from here. So I'll show you. Go to layer properties manager, or you can simply select all and turn off all layer. Now all layers are turned off. I want only wall layer. So I'll turn on only wall layer because I want only wall layer to copy. So I have copied, I have turned on only wall layer. Now I'll copy wall layer only. Paste here. Now I will turn on all layers because I need only wall layer. So in that case, turn off all layers. Turn on only the required layer, that is wall layer here I want. So I have turned on the only wall layer I have copied. So suppose you want window layer to copy. In that case, same process, turn off all layers. Go to layer command, select all, turn off all layers. Turn the current layer off. Turn off all the layers. See, all layers are turned off. Now turn on the window layer because we need window layer. You can copy for base point. You can turn on wall layer or which one layer you want. Suppose I want this window with the wall. Then turn on window wall layer also. Then I will copy. I want window with the wall, so copy this and make ortho 1 and paste here. Now turn on this layer. Okay. So this is the use of layer command. Your drawing will be so much organized. So this is, suppose I want to hatch this. Here my text is there. Now change the scale. Change the scale to 5, suppose 5. Add pick point. Now click inside. Press enter. See, it's looking like this. But if I want to hatch it completely, in that case you have to turn off the text layer only. Turn off the text layer and hatch this. Hatch. See, this is the difference. Now turn on the text layer. Hope you understand. This is the difference. So the object of a turn off layer cannot be seen. Remember these 4 points. The object of turn off layer cannot be modified. The turn off layer can be set current, and the objects can be created in a turn off layer. Okay. Now turn off the door layer. See, you cannot see the door layer now. Now turn on. You can see this. Now if I'll column layer or pillar layer I have turned off, that means you cannot see. Okay. So object of a turn off layer cannot be seen. The object can be created in a turn off layer. Then the turn off layer can be set current, and the object of a turn off layer cannot be modified. These 4 points you have to remember. Now go to layer command again. This is freeze option. Freeze option. So this option I will discuss how to use and why you use freeze command. So the objects of a freeze layer cannot be seen. Okay. If you freeze any object, that also you cannot see. You cannot see the freeze layer. Suppose I will freeze any specific layer, any specific object which is in layer, I will freeze that, then you cannot see. The object of a freeze layer cannot be seen. Suppose I will change the line type. Now I will freeze. This layer cannot be freeze. That means the freeze layer cannot be set current. See, you can see it's set it's current layer. So the freeze layer cannot be set current. You cannot freeze a current layer. Okay. So the freeze layer cannot be set current. So first point is the object of a freeze layer cannot be seen, and the freeze layer cannot be set current. Okay. Now I have baranda layer is current layer. Now in this case you can freeze the wall layer. Okay. So the object of a freeze layer cannot be seen, and the freeze layer cannot be set current. Hope you understand. Now objects can be created in a freeze layer. If one layer is in freeze layer, you can create object in freeze layer. Object of a freeze layer cannot be seen. The freeze layer cannot be set current, but the objects can be created in a freeze layer, and the objects of a freeze layer also cannot be modified. Okay. You cannot modify any object which is in freeze layer. Suppose this is freeze layer. Now if you want to modify this, you cannot modify because you cannot see the object which is in freeze layer. So the object of a freeze layer cannot be seen. The freeze layer cannot be set current. The object of a freeze layer cannot be modified. Objects can be created in a freeze layer. Object can be created in a freeze layer. You can create any object which is in freeze layer. Suppose we make them freeze layer. See, you can click here and it will be freeze layer. Chhajja. Column is current layer. Now Chhajja, make Chhajja layer freeze layer. So you cannot see. We are making the layer freeze. We cannot see. So you have to remember these points, that the object of a freeze layer cannot be seen. The freeze layer cannot be set current. The object of a freeze layer cannot be modified, but objects can be created in a freeze layer. You can create any object which is in freeze layer. See, the selected layer cannot be made the current layer because it is freeze layer. Cannot make current. Cannot make it current layer because it's freeze layer. Hope you understand. We cannot set current a freeze layer. Hope you understand. So next, this is stair step. We cannot make current layer because it's freezed. Hope you understand. In layer command, you can set current. A turn off layer you can set current, but in freeze layer you cannot set current. A freeze layer. Okay. You cannot modify. The objects of a freeze layer cannot be modified. You cannot modify a freeze layer. Okay. Object which is in freeze layer, you cannot modify that. Okay. You cannot modify lock layer also, and you cannot modify a freeze layer also. So the object of a freeze layer cannot be modified. The freeze layer cannot be set current. Object can be created in freeze layer, but you can create object in freeze layer. You can create object in lock layer. You can create object in freeze layer also. Next we will discuss layer lock. So hope you understand those points. Objects can be created in a turn-off layer. The turn-off layer can be set current. The object of a turn-off layer cannot be modified, but the object of turn-off layer cannot be seen. Now, next, this is lock layer. Layer lock. Lock. So the object of a lock layer can be seen. Okay. Object of a lock layer can be seen. We can see the lock layer. Column is locked, but still we can see. See, all layers are locked. Select all layers, and we have selected all layers, and we have locked them. Now one layer is unlocked. Okay. So the object of a lock layer cannot be modified. We cannot modify any locked layer. See, the objects of a lock layer can be seen. The object of a lock layer cannot be modified. The lock layer can be set current. We can make the lock layer set current. You can see the difference between the lock layer and unlock layer. You can see the color. We can see this, but you can see the different color. Chhajja layer and text layer is not lock layer, but the wall layer, window layer is locked. You can see the different color. Okay. So the color will be different also. If we lock this, see, we can change this. The object of a lock layer cannot be modified. Okay. If we turn, now it's locked, but if we want to drag this, we cannot drag. See, because the object of a lock layer cannot be modified. Now we can modify the text layer, but I will lock the text layer now. Now if I want to modify, If I want to drag, we cannot drag because the objects of a lock layer cannot be modified. The object of a lock layer can be seen, but the object of a lock layer cannot be modified. The lock layer can be set current. We can set current the lock layer, and the objects can be created in a lock layer. We can create a new layer if it is lock layer, but we cannot modify if it is, if the layer is locked, then we cannot modify this. The lock layer can be set current. Object of a lock layer can be seen. We can see that the object of a lock layer cannot be modified. The lock layer can be set current, and the objects can be created in a lock layer. So hope you understand. This is wall layer, is in current layer. Now this layer I have created. This is the wall layer. Now this is, now I will unlock this. You can see. Now if I want to drag, you cannot drag because the objects of a lock layer cannot be modified. We cannot modify this because it is unlocked. This layer is unlocked. We have created this layer, this object with window layer, with the layer, then we cannot drag because this object which is created in the specific layer, that is locked. So the object of a locked layer cannot be modified. We cannot modify this because it is, this layer is locked. If we will unlock the layer, then only we can modify. Go to layer. Now select all and unlock all layers. Unlock all layers. Now you can select all and lock. Like this you can lock and unlock. Now you can modify. Look, you can modify because it is unlocked now. But if you lock, you can modify now. All layers you can modify. See? But if you make it lock this layer, then you cannot modify. Okay? So hope you understand how to lock, how to freeze, and how to lock, how to freeze, and how to on or off the layer. Now turn off and turn on like this. Select all, turn off layer, and to turn on, select all and turn on. To freeze, you can freeze here.